Hello everyone, and welcome back to Vesever Storytime. How are you all doing today? Sandstorm, welcome. So am I going to be stuck playing it forever? Now you see, with zero escape, that could potentially just mean that I die there. That I'm not able to escape, but so there is an ending in death. And yes. So the real question is, does that mean I'm going to die? Or do I travel back in time using the morphogenic fields? We've seen it happen already. The questions. Gonna break your brain before stream even started? Never. My brain too strong. Too strong for that. Alright, let's continue off here. Loading this bad boy. Oh, my cords got all twisted again. We all remember what happened last time. But how are you doing today, Silent? How's your weekend been treating you so far? Yeah, I think my cords are alright. So where we left off, I was going to be exploring this library here. This note on that table. Lights to the books. Huh, what does that mean? Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next? They spend the rest of their lives locked in darkness. Rather like myself. That's horrible. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. Not at all. I live in the darkness, yes. But that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say. Good, been playing Darkest Dungeon. Ooh, I see. I got whisked away by the in-laws for a lovely meal out with the family. Got some ice cream. Gotta come home. And other than that, I slept in today. Oh, I felt so good. So I got finally 9.5 hours of sleep, which is exciting because all week I was getting maybe 4.5 to 5. So it felt good. It feels good to finally get enough. Hey Kate, thank you so much for that lurk. Hope you're having yourself a fabulous weekend. Then other than that, excited that we're about this. Finishing the game here. Ooh. You're late! We just started. It's all good. It's a coat rack. Like a place where you can hang coats and hats and stuff. Well, this one's not too big, so maybe just hats. As long as it's not all good. Okay, you know what? You're right. Cade missed my intro.
Allow me to guide you all to the world of surprises on this train that runs
Silent with the Twitch Prime! Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, big hearts to you as well. Welcome to the Storytime Club. Been looking for someone to use it on. Well, I am truly honored that you chose me. Together we shall fill the pages within the books with many stories of our adventures together. It'll be grand. Wait, what are these books? What's the deal with these titles? They're all just gibberish. Hey, what if we, switch them around? Switch them around? Yeah. We move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh, I get it. Yeah, it's worth a shot. Oh dear. If we go switch that. Nope! I think we might need more books though. Because there's only 4 books here. You see a word? Ooh. But are we talking like a word down or a word across? Because this is BBUL. Oh, bulb. Ah, like a light bulb. That would make sense. And open. Oh, I see it. Open here, find bulb. How about this? Silent, I'm pleased that you're here because this means... I don't know if you've seen the previous streams of this game, but I've gotten stuck at quite a few puzzles. And it's been a little sobering. You think that you're smart until you play one of these games, and then you're sitting there going... Well, this looks like putting those books in the right order. Open this thing right up. Yeah, that was a piece of cake. Hooray! You did it, Junpei. I guess that work turned out well enough. So the letters from the titles spell out, open here, find bulb. Their secret cat. Never think I... Oh, good old Hulk. Powerful. Ooh, it's a powerful light bulb. The light bulb looks like it's brand new. And it's really big. So it'll make a lot of light. Alright. It's a note on top of the table. It says lights to the books. Yep, we've got the lights books. Oh. The theory of evolution. Heck, even I know this one. This is that Darwin guy, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of the Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. Good evening, Mr. Tails. How you being today? Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites are pretty nasty looking. Mother Nature. That's some sort of book about hippie chicks. Probably not, except perhaps tangentially. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was just trying to make a joke. Dude, Chippy Hicks. Oh my gosh, Chippy Hicks. You're doing well. That is good to hear, Tails. I am well rested for once, so, you know, I'm feeling powerful. Powerful, like I can just take my mic and just go... But I won't. I like my bike, it's a good mic. Introduction to geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth even when you're on the ocean. Kind of romantic in a way, I guess. Well, I mean, it's Earth. Ocean's on Earth, right? Right? Yeah? 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 Features of the South Seas, huh? Wonder if this one's got pictures of colorful fish and stuff. Why did mankind lose their tails? Junpei, do you know what this one's about? What are you asking me? I didn't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful, and the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least that's what I read. I was rather young. I may have remembered it incorrectly. Oh, why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that? You look the type to be swayed by power so easily. You see, it's interesting. A very good logical exercise. Just think about it for yourself. If you could get away with anything, knowing that there'd be absolutely zero repercussions, whether it be in this life or if you believe in an afterlife, there'd be zero repercussions in either. Would you do things that would normally be bad? Would you? Knowing that you're fine, you can do it, be okay. This handrail is made of metal, perhaps a wise choice of building material. Oh my gosh. Kids book here? Looks like it's a children's story about Native Americans. Don't you think a random book like that is kind of suspicious? Maybe you ought to hold on to it. Okay. This has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some... Whoa! It's a pop-up book now! What's that? That's one of them pop-up books? LRK? That doesn't mean anything, does it? I could make them KRL, like curl or Carl. That kills people. Oh, for sure you'd be a full-blown Caligula. I'm unfamiliar with that term. History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot. Isn't he just a story? I don't think you're going to find a guy who didn't really exist in a history book. What's Hellenism? I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. Look, this one says cultural heritage of Rome. But that's going to be serious inheritance tax. Okay. Good lord, there's so many books. So many. Ooh. This one, it looks just like that picture book from earlier, the one with the pop-ups. Think they're part of a series or something? Caligula, as the Roman emperor, then indulged himself at his fullest with the power he had. Ah, intriguing. But I inherently believe that yes, if mankind... It's a scary world, think about it. If you could get away with whatever you want, whenever you want, everybody could do that. It would be much like how... It'd be interesting because it'd be a return back to how things were originally with everybody. And then, of course, what happens? We're going to slowly rebuild modern civilization. Because what's going to happen when you know that you could be killed by anyone at any point or something? And then, Fino, I am totally scary, you're right. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get groups of people that are going to agree not to do anything to each other, to make safe groups. So then suddenly tribalism happens again. You get several tribes. And then you're going to have other tribes like, I want that tribe. And it's going to be wars just like before. And then eventually it's going to build up to nations. And it'll rebuild to how it is. But yeah. Getting towards the end, yes. How about Marcus Aurelius? Another Roman emperor did not. Despite being the ruler of the entire known world, Marcus remained uncorrupted and good. Nice. Yes, DJ, we're in the library. My favorite place. But we forgot our library cards at home, so I don't know if we could take any books. Imagine defending yourself against that kind of temptation. You see, and it is. It is. Like, there's so many things that, even in today's society, with all the laws that we have and so on, I mean, heck, look at the riots and stuff that you keep hearing about, where people looting stores because they can't. They're in a big crowd, they've got masks on because everybody's got masks on. Why not go loot and take stuff? Because what are the odds of you getting caught? People are just doing it because, yeah, free stuff. Why not? And it's tough because, yeah, do you go along with the greater good, as it were? Because, yes, you're stealing, but you're going to be harming the employees there because now the store's got to recoup costs and all this stuff. And yeah. It's a baseball book? No. There's a baseball in this one. Come on, Jupe, let's see what's in it. We go out on a limb here and say it's probably a baseball still. Whoa! Head. This is a pop-up book. It's got the letters H-E-A-D popping out of it. Sure enough, the letters head are sticking out of the book. Can I combine it with this one? Oh. Alright. Okay, so I got the books, oops, on that side. Got the ones over here. This big opening is the door to the library. Pretty impressive, almost like the door to a shrine or a church or something. There's another door after, and then a passageway beyond that. The end of the passageway is the door with that Neptune symbol engraved on it. Hurry up, we need to find the key with the mark of Neptune. Okay! This sounds like a job for the best brother and sister team in the world! Man, it's like 7 and I don't even exist. There's a balance as an emperor. You can't do whatever you want. You must maintain the people and the rest of your politicians on your side. To an extent, yes, but I mean, if you... I mean, that's where uprisings and stuff come up, right? If you don't... Oh, so I could go down here. Oh no, what's this? Dad kind. The hell is this? Was that a German mathematician? No, it's me. I'm part of Dad kind. Maybe it's a compilation of his work. Liberties? This book is in German. It looks like it's the complete works of something. I've never heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know. Owen, huh? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary? Sheldrake? Sheldrake. Isn't Sheldrake... Sheldrake wants to buy this book. It's got the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. Guess we'll come back to that. Like he did whatever he wanted. He was murdered. Yup. Weird book, Junpei. Indian mathematics. Haha, that's funny. Why that's funny? The Pythagorean theorem. This is a famous one. Sounds like there are a number of math books in this section. Riemann hypothesis. What's there to hypothesize about a Riemann? Isn't it pretty straightforward? Heavens no, there are many factors. Length, girth, lubrication, or lack thereof. It's an exciting and rapidly growing field. Whoa. Hello, Zachan. There are indeed multiple endings. We have seen all of them now, except for this one. This one is the true ending. The ending to be all endings. Where we're going to continue along and yes. But how are you doing? How's the rest of your stream, Zachan? Sorry I had to duck out there. In-laws stole me. Then I kind of was gone for most of the day. I don't know. They were like, hey, you guys home? Yes, why? Hi, we're here. Oh, hello. Modern Japanese literature, huh? Nice, relaxing. Good, good. What's this? Origin of Japanese folklore. Looks like there are a bunch of books about Japanese culture here. Most of them is about folklore. Well, folklore can cover a wide range of subjects. History, urban life, religious trends, environmental changes, oral traditions. Folklore can cover all those things, if you know where to look. This looks pretty deep. This is the one I want. I don't need this one. Hey, there's another of those picture books here. Something about these things feels kind of nice, you know? Brings back good memories. Guess even people like Seven were kids once. No shit, you little brat. Hey guys, cool it. Alright, I think I'm gonna take this picture book with me. Got a magic wand on it. Okay. So, what's inside? Well, aren't you going to open it? Pretty sure it's just gonna have pages inside. Smart eye. Whoa! Looks like another pop-up book. This book has an S, an E, a dash, and a number 5 sticking out of it. I might be impressed if I was 5. Oof. This thing's popping up. SE5. We still don't know why that's there. What's this? Oh, hello. It's a small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look like kind of music stands. How about we try putting those picture books on the stands? Then... This is a little weird. Okay, I put the pop-up books on top of the stands. The 3 lights in this thing. They aren't very bright, though. Hey, didn't we find some kind of really powerful light bulb earlier? Why don't you put on one of those lights? Yeah, well, it'll get a lot brighter, but... If there are 3 lights, that means 3 light bulbs. There won't be much point unless we replace all 3 bulbs. 3 light bulbs, huh? Alright, well, we found 1. Ooh, what about over here? Hello. Pop this, grab that quickly. Need to do that. This bookshelf has sort of a glass inlay. It's pretty big, but there's only 6 books on it. That seems kind of weird. Hey, it looks like there's something on the bottom. Can't really see it though, the glass is all foggy. The middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock. You know, the kind of lock where you rotate the numbers around until you get the right ones to open it. What the hell is this? Like they just gave us the answer. Wait, what? Guess I might as well give it a shot. Wait, what? You mean just gave us the answer? So confused. Oh, because of the astronomy books. 632416. You did it, Junpei! Yay! I don't know why, but don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open, alright? A light bulb! That's what I need. That's 2. Feels like a light bulb. Pretty high wattage too, unless I miss my guess. This should generate quite a bit of light. All 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number lock. Oh. Had I read it again, you know, I would have figured that out. You know how it is. The place is bolted down. I don't think it's a door. I think it's just a wall. Now I'm curious about this, because this is... Seems like there should be something more to do with that. Need one more light bulb. I haven't really found any place that looks like... Oh wait, what's over here? No, I did that one already. Yes, we've got lots of titles. No, those are just more titles. Where else would one light bulb be? Look around more. Yes, we know. We got these books. I don't think there's anything over here. Oh, there are 2 stairwells up. Okay. See, there has to be something to do with this, I would assume. I must be missing something. Oh, shut up. Not kidding. Don't push me. The heck, man. I wasn't going, but now that you bring it up. I'm going to totally push you. Aren't you scared? Imagine a wall 20 inches wide that runs along the top of a 10-story building. Could you walk along that wall, Junpei? No way. And what about a balance beam in a gymnasium? Oh, well, that's easy. You don't find that strange? The balance beam is far narrower, my lord, than 20 inches. So why is it that a balance beam poses no challenge to you, but the hypothetical 10-story wall does? The light can easily turn people into cowards. From time to time, a life in darkness can give you courage. Oof, he's called him out. Called him out something fierce. Lights to the books. Yes, we already know about that. Grab the light bulb from here. Really feels like there should be another light bulb up here. But there's nothing. Oops. Go down here. Like, this is the only thing I can think of. But I can't interact with these books at all. And I was unable to grab the astronomy books here. Because I thought for sure I would just read them. Iron. Oops, didn't want to go up. Yeah, no, we looked at all these books. The only thing I could think of is there's some book air thing here that I might have missed. Yeah, no, I already looked at these math things. No, that is down here, completely explored. Yeah, I looked all around here. I'm missing something somewhere? I don't know. Really lost. Yeah, no, this is one's where it's already looking through. Light bulb, where are you? No, that's the light bulb one we saw originally already. Okay. So what? Oh, I can open that from both sides. I see. I see. Okay, what in the world, man? What the heck? Got 2 of the freaking light bulbs. I need 3. I don't see anywhere else where you could potentially get one, except for this area here. But I can't interact with this in any way. This one's a not very straightforward one. I think it's probably going to just be one of those cases where you've got to make sure you click literally everything. But the problem as well is I'm not sure which ones I've clicked already and which ones I haven't. Why, hello there, Bait. How are you doing? What have you done? So, oh, how is that dwarf game that you're playing? What was it? Can't remember. It looked interesting. Deep Rock Galactic, yes, that's it. Fun. I think it's only really good in a group of friends. Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. I was debating it on sale because I've had it on my wish list for a while. But then it, like I say, or like you've said there. Rest of Life's Strange 2. Oh, you know what? No, that's still on my list of things I need to do. I think at this point... Oh. Why, hello there. So yes, it was just click on random book things, and then you can find behind something there's a light bulb. I think I'm going to have to start that whole thing over again, just because I don't really remember anything. Okay, now we can go put them in. All right, so there's 3 lights in here. I'm going to change these bulbs. Now they should. Awesome, it worked. Way to go, Genpy. Good job, buddy. There's something projecting on the bottom. These letters, they seem familiar. Sheldrake 5. Ooh. Alright, so now we can go over here. Sheldrake 5. Sheldrake on the side. Find out this book. Oh, the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. Okay, buddy. Look. I have to click
Sheldrake
it.
5?
I think I saw the rest of his collection somewhere.
Hey, Vax. Am I doing the full franchise? I will be, yes. So this is the first one. And then, of course, you've got the second one right after this. And then there's another one after that. So for a total of 3 games, I think it's for the trilogy. So I'm going to be doing all of those. Then I also have AI Somnium files as well. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting AI Somnium files right away. We'll see, because we'll see. I know Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out too. There's so many games, so many. I have to decide what I want to do. Love the series so far, Vax. I'm enjoying it a lot more than Danganronpa. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Danganronpa, but it was very much between always having like the ultimates that are always the best in it. I find this a bit more grounded, despite there being certain fields, morphogenic fields, and so on. But I enjoy the bit more science fiction-y part. It's not as anime, I guess, is how it is.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory, morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
Oh, Lurk, D&D, alright, well, you enjoy that. I should talk about this game for sure? Yes.
She did?
Good luck with your D&D.
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
You did? Why?
Well...
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything.
Yes, hurry up.
But not
Yes,
here.
we've got Snake
Let's
again.
move to the top floor.
What does it matter if we're on the bottom floor or the top floor? We're in the library.
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well.
We're trying to
To
escape.
be honest,
We're on the true ending
explanation
path.
is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He didn't walk up and tell me, of course.
Oh, Snake was in a coffin. And we found him in there. He wasn't actually really killed. Look who's in chat. It's the one and only Blitchy. Oh my gosh, how you been? It's been a long time. I think you've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft lately, if I recall correctly off of... I think I've mainly seen you in Buttons chat. What? Pleasure seeing you again. Hope things are going along well with you.
He gave me a message
A
engraved
whole bunch
on
of
a
WoW. Yeah, no, that... It sucks you in, right? Any MMO I find always... I have a problem where if it's a pay per month MMO, I feel like I have to play it as much as I can to get my money's worth out of that. Gotta make sure I'm getting as much as I can.
That's a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier. So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card.
There was more. Resto Druid 3 months ago. It's your new favorite thing to do. Hey, well, there you go. At least it's not just another DPS. I say that as I'm a DPS player. Oh, I used to be... when I played WoW, I was a warrior. So I was one of the tanks. By the full game, then you have to play it every month. That's MMOs for you. Now, here's the difference, though, Fino. And the reason why it can be worth it is like games like this, the non-Ari game, for Zero Escape. You purchase it, you own it, you play through the game, that's it, you're done. There's nothing else after. Unless games have DLCs, then you purchase that. At least with MMOs, you're paying it per month because they do come out with additional content. Depending on the MMO, every month or not. Like Final Fantasy 14 is a great example of one where you pay. I'm happy playing monthly subscriptions there because there is a constantly new quest lines that are being introduced. Not necessarily even main story quest lines, but just other little quest lines that you can go do to help fill the time and so on. So you're paying for the additional development time of extra stuff. And then of course, yes, you do have expansions that come out. Buy Skyrim 7 times, No, I'm bored with Skyrim, screw that noise. But here's the thing, you can't say that and then say, oh, but then just install mods. Because that's other people doing work for those mods. The only argument would be you just buy Skyrim and you have to play vanilla Skyrim the entire time. Ugh. Vanilla Skyrim's okay at best.
There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say, there was something I couldn't read.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator. It's a threat on our lives.
Oh, well,
They don't say
what
anything.
about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did.
It's cool. Graphics are just bad. You see, the magic and the archery, I agree. They're pretty good. However, I gotta say, I hated melee combat in it. A clippity clip. But that's, yeah.
But doesn't it
Melee,
strike
there's
you
just
as
no
strange
weight behind
that
it, you're
Zero
just in
would
there
shut
going,
my
"Ugh."
mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
That's very true. I've decided I can trust you. I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the four-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it.
Santa? Yeah,
He
we've
would
got
kill us.
Santa in here. The evil Santa.
No matter what the situation was.
We're not talking about the white Santa and black Santa. White Santa had already killed black Santa and turned into red Santa at this point. It's terrible.
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Yeah.
How much do you know?
Clover told me about...
Everything.
I see. The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiments had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. And the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she? At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine...
Boom! He blows
is
up.
who did this and why, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals. There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagechika Musashido. Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, we know all about this bastard.
Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development division. Musashido was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
Huh, so it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota,
Oops. I'll look at that later. It's up on my other screen, so I'm ready.
Musashido.
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research.
So, it is an organization.
All in all, they gathered 10 people or so.
Oh, I thought it'd be a lot more than
Those
that.
10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project.
Although the more people, the more chances of stuff. 30 seconds. Okay. We'll see if we have time after the stream. I mean, well, after I'm done this.
They named it the Nonori Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field.
Huh.
Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produce the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
Yeah.
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it.
Oh no.
Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
I mean, we've already experienced the morphogenic
So how
field.
are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event.
So that's why everybody's starting to stream these days. Everybody's just like, we've got everybody's, there was a few people starting to stream, then more and more started to stream, and then now, the odds of additional people beginning streaming is just growing because of this kind of event.
All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field, and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish.
Man, that's getting complex.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Close enough, at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonori Project began. By the way, Junpei, have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
All this we've only learned today through various other people.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary Project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field.
But how would you be able to determine that?
Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped. There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind? It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger. He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the Nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields. The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q.
See, I'm interested in how this Building Q worked. Because we know everything about the Gigantic and how everything worked on that.
Building Q
That's what we're
duplicated the
doing.
interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly.
Oh.
Every detail was exactly the same.
There's a building that looks like a ship.
Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown. Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely? It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the Gigantic and Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
Huh.
Very convoluted.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses? Get down here already!
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here and soon.
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you. Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes, I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment. After all, you couldn't exactly play a nonary game with any less, could you?
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They were brother and sister, like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi.
Owie.
The sister's name was... Her name was
Alice.
Akane. That was the girl who died.
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago? Then
Wait, what?
who is Chun?
Dun dun dun.
No. That's impossible. It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything. It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to be.
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, alright? I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
Intriguing. Intriguing. Wait, oh. Okay, so now we can go back to this. Sheldrake, this is it. This is what the shadow picture was pointing to. Yeah, we've got all kinds of Danganronpa stuff, don't we? Did I say 5 at the end of the shadow picture? Yes, I think we need to find the 5th volume. So I clicked. Wow, would you look at that? There's a big red button behind this book. Yes, we should press this button. Oh, hello there. Wait, is that 2 doors? What was that sound? It sounded like something really big was moving. Came from the top floor. All right, let's go check it out. Didn't want to miss this? Well, Duke, okay. Stream's ending. Sorry, everyone. What's this? Oh, hello. It's a keyboard in front of the numbers. There are 4 Roman numerals on the wall. It's gotta be a hint of some sort. 13, 14, 10, 13? Numerals. You just need to put in the numbers from the wall on the keyboard? No, you can't. The keyboard doesn't have any number keys. Oh. It's hexadecimal. How have I been? I feel well rested today. I'm feeling good. How about yourself? And that means... Alright, let me get this notepad out quickly so this way I can write this out. Okay, so 13, 14, 10... Another 13. So it goes up to 9. A is 10. B is 11. C 12. 13 is D. It's dead. Uh-oh. Somebody carves Roman numerals onto the wall, specifically, yes. I bet you gotta type something on that keyboard. Yeah, but you can only enter letters. Looks like you can only enter 4 letters. Let's see how it works. I guess you need to hit enter once you type in the letters. And you can erase what you typed with clear. Okay, get the basic operations. Let's give it a shot. Dead, I know. Scared. Yay! You did it, Junpei! It's unlocked now. Good job, Junpei. I like saying Junpei more, though. It's all about Junpei. Whoa there! Don't get too excited. Password was dead, remember? This makes me think whatever's waiting for us isn't good. So what? Jeez, you're such an old lady. You can't be worrying about stuff like that. I mean, come on, we got it unlocked, didn't we? Let's go, hurry up! Which door? Alright, let's get this thing open. Just watch, I went to the wrong one and now I'm dead. You found it! I went through the right door, I think.
All right, this is the next.
Ugh,
You
the door.
fools!
Did that just close on its own?
Don't tell me we can't go back.
I don't know. Let's see. Damn it. It looks like it locks
boy.
automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's a card reader next to it. It's got a red light on it, though.
Puzzle
so
after
I'm pretty sure
puzzle.
it's locked, too.
But there is a card reader, right?
Yeah.
Then perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
Looks like there's so much
Well,
junk.
Yeah, that might work, but
Hey! Wait a minute. Are you saying we're gonna have to search through this room for one little card?
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk.
looks that way.
No way!
For real?
Oh,
Well, we can
this is the
sit down
workshop.
and wait to die, if that's what you prefer. I rather doubt that, however. So it would be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card. Oh, and the Neptune key as well. We won't be able to get through the hallway without it. All right then, let's begin.
More searching! Room after room after room. So here's the study. Oh no. Hey, Junpei, isn't this a nautical table? Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before. The file screen, oh boy. Nautical table from the study is found on the drafting table. The fatal line on the right edge must connect to the line on the left. Oh dear. Oops. Look, Jimpy. The rest on here looks like Elvis's face. Yeah. How exciting. Piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess. So messy, I don't know where to start. Some of this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these parts are parts of the puzzles we've solved in the other rooms. If that's true, then this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps Zero would shut himself in this room to devise the machines and puzzles he'd need to see his plan come to fruition. Pile of junk, there's nothing useful here. Okay. There's some old computer monitors on this desk. You don't see CRT monitors that much anymore. Yeah, he's got a point. Oh, hello. The screen is huge. I wonder why it's blue. Maybe if I touch it. Something on the screen now. What's this? There are 15 cells here with numbers and letters in them. Let me see that. Ah, I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. It's Ace and Lotus. Oh, those poor fools. Why it starts from Portugal? That's a good question. Poor Ace and Lotus being forced to go at gunpoint with June and Santa. To make the all cells on the right and the bottom green. Hey, Junpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. Want to take a look at it? This might have something to do with the puzzle? The piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like they said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Alright, let's go back and try again. Anyway, it looks like I just need to make all the cells all green. What's the paper she got? Okay, does that change? No, it doesn't. Okay. So, this paper 6 equals 6, 7. So this is just hexadecimal. Okay, fine. But the thing is... Oh. Okay, wait, what? Let's reset. So how would I get... Wait. Okay, 9 plus 1, sure. That gets that A. So how would I get this one? Oh, okay, so 6, 4. So I have to get the right numbers. There we go. I did it. I did it. You did it, Junpei. Yes, once I realized I had to get the right numbers on there in order to get the right numbers on the sides. All good. Then I just had to figure out which order to put them in. Whew. I had an epiphany. You have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me. Whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid open, something came out. A cross emblem. Ooh, a metal plate shaped like a shield. There's a cross engraved on it. Alright, well, that's that one. Oh, so I need 4... There's gonna be one for each of these, eh? Junpei, it looks like there's a compass on here. Ah, now I get it. What do you mean? I guess you weren't there, Clover, but I solved a puzzle like this one in the wheelhouse. I think I just need to do the same thing here. Same thing? Important part of the nautical table we just found. I just have to match up the directions on this compass with the lines on the nautical table. I use the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think I'm going to use the wheel attached to this side here. Okay, then show me now. Of course. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. Looks like it probably works the same way the steering wheel in the wheelhouse did. I just touch the direction I want to turn to, the compass will turn that direction. I just gotta press stop when the compass is pointing where I want it to. There's something I'll have it if I can do it right. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so I'm guessing south, east. Okay, let's once again write this out. South. No, sorry, west, not east. West. Southwest. Yeah. Ooh, southwest, then southeast. Then northeast. And then east. And then north. And then east again. Alright, so let's turn this. Whee! South. West. And southeast. Northeast. And east. Then north. And then east again. Got it. Haha. Yeah, you did it, Junpei. Good boy. Who's the good boy? Hey, none of that. Knock it off. Hey, we don't have time for screwing around. Check on the right side of the monitor. This guy slid open, something came out. Oh, yeah. Heard a noise too. Yeah, that big box in the hall by the exit? I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know? A noise, huh? He's such a good boy. Simple like a steering wheel. Ooh. The exit we gotta open as fast as we can. Yes, she said a box. What box? Oh, wait. This? There's something written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we've got 3 sheets of this stuff. New material's been added to the file screen. Oh no, Morse code. Morse code chart found in the steel shelf. A through 1. Yep. Oh no. I've got multiple Morse code charts. Ooh. Oh no. Lots of crap everywhere. Pretty impressive mess. Trying to search every one of these, we're going to be at it till the cows come home. Well, it doesn't seem too bad. We won't have to go bring them in ourselves then. Don't you get smart with me, kid. How about we deal with this area later, guys? Maybe we should try something more promising. Metal shutter looks pretty sturdy. And with black and yellow warning stripes. Alright, let's open it. Oh, holy shit. That's pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in there. A coffin? A coffin. Oh man, does Seven think? Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way. Could this be? I'm sorry, but what's going on? It's a coffin. Wonder if there's a vampire in it. Right, I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. I can't help. I can't bring myself to tell them. Well, at any rate, let's have a look around. There's a metal plaque on the coffin. Snake's touching it. All ice. Ah, the 2 machines. Oh, holy shit. Man, this is serious. Oh well, let's open it, shall we? Clover, if you could give me a hand. Okay, got it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah! No luck. It doesn't seem to be ready to open. Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or something. Yes, I believe it's locked in some other way. Hey, Seven, you think we can open it with your superhuman strength? No, What's wrong? I think I'll pass on this one, okay? What the heck? Very well, we'll just have to give up on the coffin for now. Let's look around the room a little more, shall we? Thou sleeps in small chamber past the force of knowledge beneath the navel of the gigantic. Is that actually true? Oh boy. Alright, so we still gotta do this one. See what happens when I... Whoa! Well, now we've got something on the screen at least. Huh? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out that Morse code puzzle back in the communications office. Nothing's... Not seeing a way to open it. I mean, you know, if you would have taken a closer look, perhaps. Morse code? Yeah. The dots in here look like dits for Morse code. There are 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last. Ah, I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway. Alright, I'll try. Before I do that, though. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the button, it'll enter a dit. If I hold the button, it'll enter a da. Once we enter answer, it'll automatically determine if it was the correct answer or not. I can also switch through the code sheets I've got by touching the 3 icons over on the right. Let's do this. Does it just want... Figure out what you're supposed to enter here, Jumpy. Looks like the word that's supposed to go here has 3 letters. Got 3 lines. I think each line is 1 letter. Let's see. Well, if that's the case, then perhaps the letters you need are made up of 2 symbols, 4 symbols, and 1 symbol respectively. Joel, isn't that what you just said? One line has 2 spaces, the next 4. Yes, but which letters? You gotta run through the instructions. Yes, I know that, but it's which word? I want the word not yet. No. Because I think... it is ice. Yes! I figured since we're trying to open the all ice coffin, that it was logically that, yes. See, it seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. Ah, yes. believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. Sounded rather like something sliding open. Do you see anything that could be made of... Yes, that's true. Yes, one more thing. I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now? What? There we go, which is good. That'll be the last plate that we need. Probably a code. Morse code! Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Bird. Alright, fine. I'll open it. Hey, Jumbo, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Oh, holy shit, this is a coffin. There's going to be something horrible in there. I just know it. Okay, deep breaths. There we go. Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there, though. Well, two somethings, actually. What's that? Oh, look at this. There are two things at the bottom. We've got a plate with an emblem on it, and the Neptune key! Yes, we finally found it. Now we can get through the hallway. That's correct, Clover, but we do need to get out of this room first, Joe. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important, though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as this other thing goes. A coffin emblem. Metal plate shaped like a shield. It has a sort of crosshatch pattern on it like a waffle. Waffles. The waffle pattern looks just like the lid of the coffin. Now we can escape. Card reader says lock. I'm gonna be able. Oh wait, it's back. It's alright. There, back. Where was that? Over here. Yes. Oh wait, no, not this one. Is it over? Oh, hello. Piece of paper in here. Not sure without taking a closer look, but I think it might be a clue. No, but we don't need this anymore, do we? Oh, I don't think so. This is for a puzzle we already solved. Oh god. Was this supposed to be for the Morse code puzzle, I wonder? Oops. This was the 9 puzzle. Oh my gosh. This is his first draft, and presumably it was on the second draft. Base plus that. Yeah. I mean, I kind of figured it out by myself. So that worked. It's kind of funny. But on the right side, there's nothing in it. You're too smart for the game. Well, considering how often I got stuck on the other stuff, it's about time that I got smart for something. Then the emblems into the 4 indentations on the desk, but... Huh? Nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing? Those symbols engraved just above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol. On the upper right, the cross symbol. On the left, the mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, the waffle pattern is engraved near the bottom right indentation. Additionally, each symbol seems to have been given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, 4 waffle. Must we insert the emblems in this order? That order, huh? Whoops. Oh, stop it! Okay, so I am going to have to do that. The steering wheel, cross, circle. Steering wheel. Oh no, I have to do the... Oh no. Whoa. Well, now we got something on the monitors at least. But what's that? It's like some kind of puzzle. What if these are the rules? Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected and will turn blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all the balls except for the red ones, which you cannot move. The digital roots of the ball in the area must match the number for that area. That's it. Oh, I still don't really get it. Whatever, like they say, practice makes perfect. Let's give it a shot. Which means practice makes perfect? Hey, so you solve the next one, then you can make fun of me. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I read that wrong. So I need to do something that's a digital root of 6. So I cannot use 9. And then it's something that's a digital root of 3. So like, ow. Wait. Maybe if I do 8. No. No, that would not be right. If I do 3, 1. That would be good for that. And we'll just say it was it, right? But nothing's happened. Well, 3 more indentations left empty. And something will happen when they are all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? Steering wheel, so. Oh, was it right? Cross. It just showed up on the screen. Puzzle sure looks a lot like the last one. Yeah, but there's more of those red balls you can't move. Street area are different too. Because it's got the same rules as the last one though. Sure you don't want to double check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I'll just look at the screen over there, right? I like to say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Let's give it a shot. Wait, what? Isn't that a picture's worth 1,000 words? Hey, shut it! At least I'm trying, alright? Oh no, digital root of 1? I don't... Combination will not open the door. Okay. Oh, I guess I got it right the first time then, that other one. Ooh, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so the 8 and 2. Make it. Guessing that. Oh, right, you can't use the 1. Derp. Not 7 and 3. 6 and 4. I'm not good at doing digital roots, so I'm just going down these ones. The one box, you need 4 numbers. Yeah, I was just about to say, because I got down to the 5, and that's not going to work. With a 5 or anything. How would I get... I have a trouble with getting digital root of 1, because 1 just means it'd have to be 10. For everything adding up to that, because 1 plus 0 equals 1, and that's the only thing that could ever get digital root of 1, right? But if that's the case... I mean, it'd have to be 3. You can't really do 4. Because you can't need 4. Yeah. There we go. That's awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Dude. Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Most of the rules are the same, though. Don't you think you should double check it? Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. It'll be fine. So this, can't think of anything clever. Please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Oh, shut up. Give me a break, alright? Think of something. dear. Oh, 7 and 7. Oh, I see. Man, now it's high numbers. Okay. What can equal 7? 34. But I can't use anything that's that high. 16 would work. But there's no 3 allowed. Excellent work, Junpei. Only got one left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Next one. Let's see what happens when I put the emblem of the coffin into this indentation. It's the 4th one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Alright. Solve it in no time. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Oh, we got a lot of them blacked out this time. Ugh. Oops. This will be the 8. No. That one doesn't work either, actually. So unless we do... That's only 14. Ooh. This one's a bit silly. Yeah, this one is interesting. 8. Oh, 9. Oh. Okay. Yeah. So, this is an odd one. How will I get an 8 and a 9? Because with these few numbers, because you have to have at least 2, right? Unless you can just be that. Okay. I thought that would have been pretty funny. With these few numbers, to get a 9, because you can't do a 45 or anything less, it has to be like 18, right? Like what I did before. I don't even know what I did before. I don't remember. I just added stuff. Multiples. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, make one box have a number. But there's so few numbers that work to make an 8 with just a 7, 8, 4, 5. Okay, I can't use a 5. Because everything will be over. A 4. You can use all the numbers, but I can't. Oh, because 9 always goes into itself? Where'd that noise come from? That is rather silly, Duke. That is rather silly. Thank you for that, though. Thank you for the hint, because honestly, I probably would have been stuck there. Because it doesn't make sense not having any numbers in the 9 column. Underneath the keyboard? There you go, Junpei. Answered all the questions. Damn, Junpei, good job. Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe.
A picture? What the hell is this? This man with a mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the zero bracelet on his left arm. And this second man, with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But
And then this
guy,
other guy.
the one in the striped suit.
That's Ace, but the guy with the other suit, that's the fake snake that got blown up. Which just leaves Ace left.
That's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
Oh,
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
The back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Huh. Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Huh. Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago.
the plot
That
thickens.
means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why? Why am I not surprised?
Because you already knew it.
Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Like you already knew, and knew that he died from the incinerator anyways.
Ah, of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check.
I could
certainly
never.
couldn't ask him.
I would always know that voice. It's the voice of the devil. But I couldn't be sure. But I'd always know it, but I couldn't be sure.
Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
We had to do that field. Duke, I'm actually really enjoying how they did that. It makes perfect because of how they're doing that field. Taking the time to experience all the other endings before going to the true ending makes it feel like there's a good reason to have done that. And I'm happy that that's how I did it, rather than just go, okay, 0 lost, and then all the way to the 0 lost ending too, because who knows where all these fields are coming from. Could be from other endings. That, oh, it's great. And hey, Kevin, how's it going? Welcome.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada.
Ooh, and that hose. Thank you. We're putting my ugly
Hongo
mug
was
on your
the
channel.
gigantic with us.
Joke's on you.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
What you've been up to of late?
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Working, being tired. Oh, I hear you. This week was my first week back at work as well. Ugh.
Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro.
I haven't even been able to lurk that much, except for today I was able to lurk at Zatran's, Bait, and Slander streams, but then that's about it. You work throughout the entirety. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been nice to be able to do that, but, you know, stuff happens. It is what it is.
Hongo Kubota. Hongo Kubota Nijisaki Musashiro.
His brain's
Hey,
working
Seven,
hard.
Do you?
Shut it. Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo Kubota Nijisaki Musashiro. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary Project.
Basically, just brings their showing up a couple times a week. Well, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's the autos. No worries. I mean, your own well-being is the most important thing. Whether it's because you're too busy, you just need a break. It's all good. Whenever you do appear, life is good. All enjoy.
Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it.
There you go. He's
My
got his
memory's
memory.
back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota.
Watch your nice voice in the gameplay is usually casual. Just doing it's not to be interactive. And no worries. And that is the goal of my channel. Excuse me. Something you could just, if you had a rough day, you can just come in, sit back, relax, enjoy as you unwind. Don't necessarily need to be having that hype always happening. Let's do this.
Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
You want to die?
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Condense it, fool.
Just give us the short version, alright?
Short version, huh? Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type.
I think this is Kyoko, isn't it?
I hold to my own code, because I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
I wonder how someone like him would do some sweet talking.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Yeah, we know this part already.
I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for a week. What you want? The fish here would love a meal.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground.
I know, these are the everybody getting brought to that island in DR2, right?
And suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it! Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop.
Are we replaying all of them?
I'm
Wait,
in a cell, huh?
or is this in a different ending? And that's why it's familiar to me.
Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall.
I think it was. It was a different ending, and that's why we're going
It was
through
still
all this.
pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it.
Well, this is just
pushed
all
and
the
pulled
memories
on
in a
it,
row. Because it's all of them instead of just a single one.
It won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed and sat down. Huh. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5 or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside.
Do I shot a meme from it? Intriguing. I did not realize there were memes from Zero Escape.
I had a wriggle on my belly, wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then, there was a voice.
Oh, this is new. Uh-oh.
wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming.
Was
in
this
terror.
where Akane dies
All
in
the
flames,
sounds
I guess?
together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top.
Doppelgangers,
It had
Duke.
to be about 9
Doppelgangers.
walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel.
Or if this is time travel, and she's an aberration because her earlier self died, and that's why she's constantly having these hot flashes and fainting, because she's dying because her past self was actually got killed, and thus her future self is starting to fade out of existence.
Almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys.
That's in the incineration
All of
room.
them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older
Ah,
than the
there's
others,
Santa.
private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor.
That's a good distance.
No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do?
Well, he's in a bedroom. Can he fashion a length of rope
But
from
then
the
I
sheets?
got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator.
I needed something from the room. Toilet shot.
Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me.
Aha, I was right.
Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right.
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining when...
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from a voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here?
Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids? The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaru Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the ducks behind me.
No!
Hongo had lost it.
No!
His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
Shame that the incineration didn't turn on right there and flame a Hongo up.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. I was going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door, but the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. A plate on it
that's
read,
the incinerator one.
Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there,
Yeah, that's not good.
that meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels.
The gunfire rips
The other
out.
side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. Up and up and up. Our feet pounded the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Round, round, round. The devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Nobody answered it.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me.
Fuck!
I spun around to the boy in the jacket, and the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, alright? You got it?
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. He ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be
She's
found.
been captured.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Behind the incinerator door.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted
Idiot.
Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Oh man. Hey Chris, hello.
His voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
Yeah, I'm like, Hongo jumped in with
Out
her.
the other door.
Oh,
What?
he kept that door open.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes.
Bonus is the timer was reset.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Now, can Seven just crawl back up that vent and once again get her out with the sheets, though? I know they said they slid down, but was it like a very steep slide so they
Incineration will
couldn't?
begin in 17 minutes.
Hmm.
Please help me.
Not in 18 minutes? I don't know.
Really scared. I don't want to die. Please. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
Make a promise you can't keep.
What happened then?
It's rough.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get.
Do I enjoy Soulsborne games? It depends. It depends on my mood, I'd have to say. Okay, here's the thing. I really enjoyed Sekiro. Like, I loved that one because it was very skill-based. You could actually parry everything unless there's specific things that you couldn't. And it was beautiful. Oh, it was so nice. Dark Souls games, it's a lot more like you just have to memorize attack patterns and then know when to roll. Or so on. It's not as skill-based as, say, Sekiro. So for me, those ones they're okay. It's a lot more just unforgiving, but like if you misstep, you get squished. But I do enjoy the fact that while some enemies have more health, you can still get through them. They're not too bullet spongy or health spongy, which is nice. Then I tried the Mortal Blade demo that they had on Epic. And that one I couldn't get into. I think it's because they made it where hardening and so on is a very... Mortal Shell, yes, that's it. Mortal Shell. Hardening was a very integral part of it. I mean, it's neat that you can harden at any point through the thing, but I was constantly like trying to harden, and then once you harden, there's a cooldown, so you can't just keep tapping it whenever, which makes sense. So there's more skill when to use it, but I don't know. You're actually asking because of Mortal Shell. Oh, okay. Yeah, so then I got through the tutorial and so on, but I don't know, something about the combat just it felt off to me. So I couldn't get into it. Harden whenever you want. Well, it's true, you know. I mean, when you're not too old, sometimes you harden even when you don't want. It just happens. You're too powerful, and then you're sitting there walking, doing your work. That's like you harden, and then there's that cooldown after, and you know, it is what it is.
So if you could just tell me, did that girl Akane really?
What? you know, as I usually say, free is free. Definitely check out Mortal Shell. Try it for yourself, because who knows? It could be up someone else alley. Because Chris, from what I recall, I mean, you really enjoyed Bloodborne and so on as well, right? So who knows? Maybe it's something that you would enjoy. Wake up at noon, your mom calls you to go have lunch.
Yeah,
man,
sure.
Can you imagine that? I can't. But yes, it is definitely a lot more like Dark Souls than, say, Sekiro was. A lot more.
There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended.
I have yet to play Bloodborne, actually. I think I have it for PS4. I played it a brief little bit. But I always have a hard time playing console games unless I'm streaming it. Because then I have to take apart, go over there, and usually people are on the TV. And,
we heard something burning.
Did you hear screaming, though?
Fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Well, that's
can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
Had to bring you back all those hewn logs? Oh no! Oh, right, you were mentioning that you were building something and something wasn't working. If you don't mind my asking, what were you trying to build the underground, and how did it not work? I'm curious, because I might, yes.
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
Okay, underground research. So what didn't work?
You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective.
We can go and look through the windows to see the water. Well, it flooded. It did. How did it flood? Well, I guess if you ever open it. Well, in terms of this, when I've ever had it happen on land, water coming, once I plugged the hole, the water disappeared. Although that was on soil. So it could be that the soil absorbed the moisture. And because you're making logs, use stone. Okay, yeah.
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q.
Yes, if you want to just even leave those hewn logs over in the industrial, that's where my sawmill is.
I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but...
Have stone pieces, then replace each piece with glass.
I didn't know it was you!
Well, I guess I believe you. Alright, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Yeah, from the
Santa
bookmark.
is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like, a lot.
Big Boom Swimmer. Well, this is before, you know, he's still going through that transitional phase, right? We do not need copper anymore, Chris. I got all of that. We just need gold. If Mach Omega's on, you could ask him about the elevator shaft. We went to the copper mine. I made an elevator shaft going all the way down, so we can use the elevator if we want to go up and down, because it's so darn deep. He was working on that as well today. He said he got to the right level and then he went off in a direction.
But
So,
there is one thing I think we can say we know.
but I haven't been able to log on once yet today, so I can't say what's what.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man. What kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project.
Off, how many gold do we need? I put it in the discords. So one of them says how many.
Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant.
I think it was 34 or something like that.
Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of
28?
his
Okay.
sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes,
Yep.
Right.
the next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
I mean, would that be so bad if he
Person who
died?
planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit! Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
Material has been added to this file screen. Oh, the file screen. Key card 0. Or the 0 in the middle of it. 0, 0. God damn it, Zero's just screwing with us, isn't he? Picture taken 9 years ago. Quick, let's go. Now let's just swipe this card. Just watch. Junpei, look. It's locked. Yeah. Now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei. We don't have time. Let's go. All right, let's go. Oh, this was that other door. Oh, okay, so you could have entered in through either door, I suppose.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
Yeah, Chris, I'm a little sad that we made those gold bars that we did have before we got the last furnaces. Can you imagine? We would have gotten so many more gold bars had we waited. Ah.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, what's your smelting at by now? It must be pretty high. And your advanced smelting.
All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked. It says incinerator, so this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it. Let's go.
Oh boy, we're going into the incinerator room.
What the hell is going on? What's wrong?
7 for
Are you
perfect.
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
Yeah, 7's the max.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
She throws up some
Are you
blood.
sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
So where's Lotus and
Hey,
Ace?
where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Oop.
Ace.
Doesn't this seem look familiar?
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Oh, snap! Okay, one moment here. Hey, Paradoxer with the raid. Whee! Thank you very much for that raid. How is everybody doing today? I didn't choke myself today, so I am very excited about that. Oh, you're playing Jackbox Party.
You have me at a
Ooh.
disadvantage, and I don't like that.
That's so good. Yes, Bait Sauce and Tails and everyone loves to make wonderful gifs and images and drawings, and they do a great job. So, had to get that one out there. But welcome everyone to Vesever's story time. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. I am a lovely Canadian Twitch streamer that focuses on story-based games, so this way we can just sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice story. Because after a long work week, sometimes you just need to chill a bit.
You know me, but I don't know you.
Let's see, you're on Pack 6. I think that's the new one with the alien one. I don't know. I've always been curious about the Jackbox. I've played some of them myself, but I'm always a little leery about purchasing them because I'm like, I don't know. Just push the button and murder trivia party. Yes, okay. It's about fun when you're tired of gaming. Yeah, no, and sometimes it's great because it's also smaller, quick little mini games as well. And at times, that's all you need. You don't need like this big long match. Because I know you play League of Legends and Valorant and so on. So sometimes those matches, I mean, they go on for 40 plus minutes. And putting that big time commitment aside and just having little smaller ones can sometimes be nice. A nice break from things. But this longer toxic is. Yeah, don't I know it. I'm just very happy that I got up from the, what was it, Bronze 4, whatever the lowest was, all the way up to Silver finally. Silver 4, doing solo support. Yes. Going hard mode with that solo support. Didn't do carry rolls, no sir. Solo support. You're just going for 45 minutes? Well, if, you only wish you had that endurance.
Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
Good question. Yes, how would he know that? They're doing such a good job with this morphogenic field.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The 9th man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
Oh, unless he trapped the exit. He let himself be sucker
At
punched
any
there.
rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait!
Yeah, but that means he's going to bring Lotus in there, right?
Why isn't it opening?
Oh.
One more time. Now open! No!
What is this? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now!
Bam!
No! Oh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one
Did he
punch
get the
ain't enough
gun?
of this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Right, because he's got that. And that's the interesting thing with him giving him that specific disease where he can't see faces guarantees that he can be stuck playing this game. He won't know who anybody is, even if he technically should know them.
Yeah, you finally figured
Unless
it out,
he remembers their
dumbass.
voice.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted.
You can do whatever I want.
You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Niji. 3.
Nijisaki.
Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him.
No.
That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed.
And then kabloom!
And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there, Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it.
Oh, was he incapacitated though?
You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
Oh, he was a fresh
One
kill.
blow was all it took.
I thought he was dead for a long time.
And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1, there are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please.
So he chose, instead of... Yeah, he figured he knows all the answers, so he can just go ahead and escape.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago.
So technically, Santa didn't kill a single person then.
That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago.
So tell me about this June that we have here.
So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's two things you got wrong. Number one, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
So I guess June is actually Zero
But
then.
an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw...
The morphogenic field. This is when they talked about with the Titanic, him going back to his previous self to write the memoirs.
What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q.
Well, here's the interesting thing. If this is being copied, does that mean there's another 9 in a different building?
And the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me.
Ooh.
Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? Enjoying the game? Yes, antisocial. It's so far, I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Blah. Where did she go? June? No. Kane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. What? Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head. But yes, antisocial. I went through and did all of the endings first before going on to the true ending. So I'm enjoying this true ending a lot more because I did the other endings and I could see where the morphogenic answers came from the different branches. So it's all tying in actually quite nicely.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either. But he just looks trained. Guess he's going for the door, huh? So how they're such a thorough plot of this game. I initially think it's some puzzle game. I mean, there's enough puzzles that I got stuck on a couple times, so there's definitely a lot. But yeah, the plot itself is actually quite nice. It doesn't need to verify to go through the door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
Can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's going to give us? The hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. See if this door still opens. Yeah. Jam.
Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we've got to do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not going to work. There's no way. 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Here it comes, oh boy. Sure, why not? I don't think I'm going to need them. Ever again. She certainly looks purposeful. I think she's writing equations, a lot of them. Huh? Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. All the permutations.
What?
18, you say?
And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out, though. And it's just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Parker. Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Yep.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
But why? Shit. Can't get through the door, we can't get out. Walls are way too high, there's no way in hell we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All I could do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. Guess this is it. This is the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melded into him and we became one inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother, Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Sound drives right? Yeah, they've got some good ones here. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It's been 2 hours since the non-airy game began. We were starting to fall apart. Just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her.
That's pretty impressive.
Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate.
Yeah, just my network error suddenly, so I just want to make sure. No, everything appears to be fine. Okay, never mind.
Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
Well, Duke, there can't be hope. Hope is dead. He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. If there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do?
Hope can't die. Take any despair. I don't know. We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gone bad enough already,
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
my brother Aoe swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
Like this true ending, it's interesting so far. It's tying things really well. I really enjoy how they're doing the morphogenic fields.
Help me!
Especially since I went through all the other endings. Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. It was a huge, frightening mountain of a man as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him Seven.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like Seven had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by Seven. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. Mountain. Oh, it's the mountain. It came out of the other side of the door. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother, Aoi, Snake, and Seven. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they'd caught up. That was when I realized...
No, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back, I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. Ah, that's how they didn't notice her missing. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
Just where I thought it'd be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom... Oh no. The door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongu. Gintaro Hongu. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongu's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No, stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongu to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongu.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly, the door to the stairs flew open. My brother, Aoi, burst out of it. Behind him came Seven Snake.
Akane!
Cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongu.
You came back!
I cried out. But then,
You're too late, idiot!
Hongu threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongu stood between it and me, but behind him, I could see my brother, his fists clenched. Those fists never reached Hongu. He's the ultimate douche, I know, right? The hell. The cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. You got all the gold, Chris? Did you use your tunnel? Or did you use the elevator? I gotta know. I just gotta know. Hongu glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. He turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. Made a random one in the forest? Oh, intriguing. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. Checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later... Wait, 54 gold bars? Oh, nice. 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. That voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
And it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what I was going to say, but that was one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Oh, it's starting.
Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
Poor Lotus is the only one who doesn't know.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise, I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But...
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn!
What kind of idiot do you think I am? I
Burn
know
on
what
you.
incinerate means.
Well,
God damn it! Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing!
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving? That's new. What else can I say about it, but...
What the hell is that?
What is that?
Oh, so she had to
What
see
is
that as well. What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. Looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There's a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is the reflection of my own face. Looking kind of freaked out. And I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei. Just calm down, okay? Ooh, am I ready? I'm ready. We're good. Ooh. Yeah! Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin 15 minutes.
Wait, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, that's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with that?
Hey, move!
Ah! Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you shove people around.
It's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Password? What? Huh? Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
A bunch of numbers and letters scattered around a 5x5 grid. Numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle,
the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle, how do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's going pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I'm sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. Yeah, it says password. The screen completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face. Frightening, evil face. It was Hongu. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do. It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you.
Oh, no worry, Antisocial. I already said password. Far before he said password.
Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
His laughter was muffled by the door, but still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongu, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
That eye is something, though.
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
Okay.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
I mean, that's good that there's that.
Function of the red?
And I remembered. Before Hongu left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
Looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. Onto the door with the 9 on it. Grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
Oh dear, he's gone nuts. His horrible laugh echoed across the room. Even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest, as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket, wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Junpei had given me. That's exactly what I was thinking, that mom's spaghetti. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
The morphogenic field.
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
So suddenly nobody knows who she is, but she was... Some of those don't understand. And Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me. I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course. But I heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
They're wasting their time in morphogenic fieldness. It's her, she's there. Then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
Couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
Quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. Last, I finally understand what all this means. I know why the nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is... Akane Kuroshiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kuroshiki. I must save her no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, all right? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, all right? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Snake talking to them or about something? Whatever, doesn't matter. Get out of my way!
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap. There's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Let's have a look at this thing. Got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order. I just need to switch these out? Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. Just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Okay, so I'm well versed in the ways of Leet speak from back in the day, so I can totally see this as password. So, switch. Do I just literally do this? Oh. Hell, this is a freaking DS game? Yeah. Oh. Enter the password. Okay. Password? Okay, then 9? Because it's flashing 9s.
Yes, that's it.
I see.
Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did. I solved it. I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did. Now I just have to press enter.
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will.
Just do it! I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Jumpy! It worked! It worked!
Interesting.
The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared and I collapsed to the floor. They totally toned down the last puzzle. I know, Duke, you're going on all game about like how hard this last puzzle is. I was sitting there dreading it. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then I'm like, oh, do I just click, click, click? Oh, okay. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. What? So the 3DS was the hard puzzle? Can't quite believe I did that. I'm so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. I'll have to look it up after. I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. Need to tell Akane.
Akane, sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine.
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Hongu had left behind.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus didn't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Make this easier for this version of the gaze? Yep. Yeah. I don't... Based on how you're all acting, you feel cheated about watching me go through the ending here. Like, we're going to watch him suffer at this last puzzle like we did. And then they're like, what is this? Right. Okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. Struggling so hard on that. Why would they make that easier? Because they knew that I'd cry. It was just for me. It's changed, but it's more or less stressing the plot and the idea behind everything. So, Antisocial, did they change some of the plot right there? Well, some of the wording and how they're talking to each other about that? To kind of go along with the fact that it's harder? No? It's all the same text? Oh. So if I hadn't pressed the enter key yet. Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Must awaken early tomorrow, therefore must depart. Have yourself a good night, Chris. I will log in after I'm done stream here and get that electronics book going then. This is a collection of us. They try and gain a bigger audience. The original yeah, okay. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping. What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Hey, maybe I didn't hit the enter key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again! Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell's going on? Got all the right numbers in the right boxes. This is perfect. Why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. Oh, that's it. The number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. We just have to put the right numbers into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Imagine playing Fortnite instead of this. No! Don't have much time. Sure hope they can just trust me on this one. We're all fucked. There's no time to explain, just go!
Verify your numbers on the red.
Verify?
Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. Oh, no time to be happy. Time to go!
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
Run! Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Junpei, just in time. And there goes the door. No, don't calm down not yet. You're not done. Still gotta find the dead. Did it.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. It's like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But nothing. Upside down Sudoku. I mean, I like Sudoku. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name even though my voice was almost gone from screaming and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. His beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. Solve it. I mean, here's the thing. If you had a 3DS, technically that wouldn't be so bad then, right? You just flip your 3DS upside down as you do it. But if you're doing it on computer here, I can understand why they'd want that. That'd be so freaking annoying. Like, playing like this, because monitors aren't really that easy to turn upside down. No, Fino. Do you not follow the story? She knows Jumpy in real life. She loves him right now. She just looked into the future right there. God. Yeah, no. The 21-year-old her is still in the future with them. In fact, as Zero. Because it's like time travel-ish ways, she has to recreate those events to ensure that the magnetic field, or that he can use the photogenic whatever field to talk back to her in the past, so this way that she can still be alive in the future, because if she doesn't do that, blah, time. I just want to stay there in his arms forever. I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelets had begun the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. It's by the dead, only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongu had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. It's a good thing she thought to grab those ones he dropped. Took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd call 7 in 9 years and Snake the blind boy were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
All right, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongu seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. Took off running up the spiral stairs to freedom. Time for more running. If they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
And how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same, so I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20,
Here
L
we
is
get it.
21, M is 22.
N is 23. O
They're
is
actually going to count all the way up.
He is
Oh,
25.
dear.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26.
And what does that mean?
Wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a little
Q.
Q.
A fucking lowercase q!
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Just read your life math lesson articulated in full. I know, right? Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear any moment now I'm going to tear a muscle. feel like every single cell of my body is dying for air. And every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are going to burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. Jesus, I can barely breathe. Oh, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together, you're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here.
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big, heavy door. You're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. And more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're going to open, you're going to open, no! I felt a hand on my shoulder. I gave it a small reassuring squeeze. So happy, I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. Not only because my brother and I were back together again, thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. We're finally able to escape from the gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. The last cry echoed out across the ocean and then it was gone. Wait, so if it actually sunk, did they pull it up from the bottom of the ocean to redo again? Unless we're in the room right now. We're not actually in the ocean. Oh.
It's over.
Ioe whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It's finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes, finally air. Gah! Damn, that sun is bright. Barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way.
That's the building, isn't it? You gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
Yeah.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, sun. Boy, I'm ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Right, our bracelets. Guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like in an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. It never was a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy.
Hey, guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. I am going, well, not tonight, but yes, I am going into the next one. I'm doing all of them. Oh, so that's the end, eh? I wanted a bit more. I wanted a bit more. What else? Okay, so does that mean she only put detonators in? Because the ninth man blew up. Like, all of those, 2 of those people did blow up. So they had to have had detonators in them. So were detonators in those two, just not in anyone else? See, that's the interesting thing, is technically it could, because if she said, it specifically said that Akane saw everything through Junpei's eyes the entire time. So she would have seen... They'll never really explain. Yeah, so she would have seen that those people were exploded. As such, now she knows how to run the game in the future there and have it where only puts bombs in those two. Perhaps we will. Let's find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Credits? Oh, there is.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It's just before the end of elementary school. Junpei and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay.
50
you're
hours?
Too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building, keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven Eye are all squeezed into the back seat here. Still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Hey,
She sounds like yes.
Bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Your favorite? Ooh.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh shit! She doesn't have to drive so fast! I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. I'm sure throwing up a lot of dust. It's a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. The moment we saw what they were doing, Junpei ran to them furious.
What the hell are you doing?
And he jumped on them, quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
Policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Junpei, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole of his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but... I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
Plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Gitaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Okay, I was going to ask, well, what happened to Ace? Like, they said they're all driving out. I'm sitting here racking my brain. I just thought I forgot. I was like, okay, what happened? No, they didn't shoot him. They didn't go. What the hell? What happened to Ace? I'm so confused. Huh? I thought maybe that something did happen and I just missed it. I was too afraid to ask you guys in chat, lest you laugh at me. But now, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. Looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
Dude, at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right. So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, you see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping to catch him when I finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Oh, he has something to say on that. Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Madrigora, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Soperin. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit, this is going to go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is, for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. His hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea, then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
You know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June, then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this, it me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes, said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down toward the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening. Just the 2 of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic, but she's still alive now as June. How? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then... That makes sense of what Seven remembers. Snake makes sense, he's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. Is what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No, no way. He was he couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there. There's somebody next to the road.
Huh?
What?
Is he working with her all along? Say what? Nani? The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. But yes, it did look like All Ice from the images they're showing whenever they talked about her. Don't forget your towel. Alice is real. What? Quick to say it. Yes. Bam! Every single ending. Ah! It's done. Oh, look at that. Look at this. I've seen everything. Gone down every path. Saw every ending. Saw every which way to go. Success is mine. Try going to an escape room now. I have gone to one. Which of the bad endings was my favorite? Oh god, that's a good question. Okay. Stop. No, stop. I don't want to re-listen to this. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Yeah. Yeah. Blech. We'll just do that. We'll just close the game. It's all good. So we're going to be ending the stream as well. But first, to answer that question, which was my favorite bad ending? I gotta say, trying to escape room quick. Look at the Sika way out. Oh. Man. That's tough. There's a good one. Axe was a good one, yep. I think just because of the way I did it, Yellow Submarine was my last one. So I already had in my mind who was Zero and so on. But Exactly. And that's why it's kind of my favorite, because suddenly, like, everybody's dead at the end. So who was it? At that point, Snake was the only one left alive. Because we knew from another ending that that wasn't Snake who actually got blown up. So it made me think Snake killed everyone. But that doesn't make sense. Why? Snake was the first ending you got. Edvin Ace. Oh, okay, yeah. So at that point, it's unless, yeah. Well, I think that's why that one was my favorite, because suddenly everything I knew was wrong. Which also makes why that ending doesn't quite make sense. Why everybody was dead. But yeah. Interesting, interesting. Now, let's see here. So yes, Virtue's Last Reward is going to be the next one. Oh, and that's quite the cast it looks like that one has. Yeah, Knife was rather lackluster. You get into it, oh, somebody's dead. Oh, you got stabbed. And then that's it. It's like, oh, well, that's a little disappointing, but oh well. So I think, and I guess that one's supposed to be the least exciting ending. I think that's everything. Okay. Okay, wait, what? Try doing escape room quick. Interested? Easter egg, you didn't know. Wait, what? I thought you were talking about real life do escape room. Okay, wait, what? Okay, let's, oops, open this. Now, what do you mean, any escape room? Just the way the sequay out animation. So like, would even the very first one count, or I guess maybe we can just do. And that one was a long one. Not sure it's the first cabin. Okay. Oh. That was June. Oh, okay, so that was it? Wait.
Oh yeah, how's your fever? You feeling better now?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Let me see your.
Oh, are you worried about
Never
me?
seen that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Hey, come on. It's not like that.
Dude, there's just a lot of people play the game. Yeah, well, you don't think about it, right?
At all, Jumpy. By the way, Jumpy.
Hmm?
How did you end up here?
What do you mean? I told you earlier, didn't I?
There was a man with a gas mask when you got home at night. You inhaled some white smoke when you woke up.
Okay.
Damn straight.
Interesting.
Is that really the truth?
What?
Was that what you were looking for there?
Jumpy? Are you?
No.
Well, if you think I mean...
Hey, I could ask you this. Are you hiding some?
What would I hide?
Well,
you mean like the number of men I've dated? Do you want to know?
I like the repertoire between them throughout
Don't
this.
worry. Only 18. Times 0. Yeah, I guess I just haven't met Mr. Right yet.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, I see.
Well, thank you for asking me to take a look at that. Okay, there we go. All right. So with that, we're going to be ending the stream here. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out with me today. If you're new here, you can follow me on the Twitters. I also have a Discord that we chat in, and I upload all my VODs to my YouTube as well. So make sure you follow me, join, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Oh, what about your clip? I suppose that's true. Oh, hey, thank you very much for that follow. Watch after finishing. I did say that. I won't watch. Keeping down the stairs. Okay, yeah. Look around. Getting a little late, so I'm not going to be pulling up the thing. Ooh, that guy's got some. Northwatch Archer's got some mad dodge skills. Some mad dodge skills. Ooh. A little jealous. I'd like to be able to dodge that easily. Just so anyways, once again, Antisocial Catman, thank you very much for that follow, as well as a Silent Storm for that Twitch Prime sub. You all have your, and Paradoxa for the raid tonight. You are all fabulous and amazing, and it's been a pleasure having you all here. I will be live this upcoming Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we begin Virtue's Reward. Or, if that's what it was called. I don't quite remember.
Just like you.
Oh no! How dare you. Oh, until then, you all have yourselves a fabulous night, and we'll see you on Monday.